Hey Scrappers, it's Vanessa here with my layout for the crafting and sharing YouTube hop. And the theme for this month was die cuts. Now this could be a die cut that you have a pack of die cuts that are pre-made that you want to use up, some old ones or new ones, or die cuts in some way, shape, or form was this sort of theme that we were using on our layouts for this month. And I took it in the direction to use a die cut from my silhouette. Now this one came from the Creative Cuts Club. And so that is what I'm going to use for my layout, which you saw at the beginning, which is a cloud cut file. Now, that cut file was a full 12 by 12. I did cut the bottom off. And the first thing that you see me doing here is I've just taken some paint and I'm just kind of making sort of a blue textured background with that paint. And it's a pearlescent paint, so there is a bit of a glimmer and shine to it. Now there you see I brought my cut file back and I've laid my background off the side to dry. Off camera with the bottom of the cut file that I had separated, I did take two of the clouds and create shakers. I did those off camera, but it's basically very simple. I just took some foam tape and added my sequins. I have plenty of videos and there's plenty of people out there that you can see to create shakers, but it's just a simple shaker for two of the clouds that I'm going to use on my layout as well. So that's another thing with your die cuts. You can, change them up and use them, especially if you're using a silhouette cut file. You can cut it apart and create shakers and use your cut files in any way that you want. They are essentially just like any other die cut. You can cut them apart or use them as is. Now that I have my background off to the side to dry and I've shown you my shakers, I am just taking the photo that I'm going to use for my page today, and I have just a whole bunch of pattern papers from my stash. They were all pretty much scraps, and I've just layered those up behind my photo, and it's a photo of my son, and we are at the Disney Vacation Club members lounge at Epcot, and he was just sitting there and he was kind of daydreaming. And so that's why I kind of went with this cloud background. And so I've layered up all those papers behind my photo, and I have my two little shaker clouds. And now I'm going to mat this white cardstock on this green cardstock. And so there you see off camera, I did go ahead and glue my cut file down as well as the white pattern paper or white cardstock to the green cardstock. So now I have my background done. I have my mixed media, I have my clouds, and to add some other interest, and really this is going to be sort of what is the main embellishment pieces for my layout, is I decided that I had two shakers I had already created, but I wanted to fill some of these open clouds on the cut file with sequins. So basically I am just doing the technique where you just put glue in the center and you just dump a whole bunch of sequins on it. I know Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life does this a lot, and I love the look of just piling on a whole bunch of sequins. And these are just sequins that I had from my stash, just in all different colors or shades of blue. So I did that for all of the open clouds, and then these two shakers that I created, I'm going to make one of them cover the other large cloud, and then this other one's going to go here at the top. So like I said, this kind of is the main impact for the page. It is my main embellishing is these shaker clouds and then these sequin filled clouds. So I really think that basically you could just leave it like that and you wouldn't have to do much else to this page other than maybe add a title. Now, I am going to, of course, because I do like more is more, I am going to add just a few things. I've kept it really, really simple, though. I have just a camera and some hearts that I'm going to kind of scatter around. And then I have these wood veneer little chevron pieces, and they are blue and wood. I believe they're like very old Pink Fresh, I think, from a couple years back. And so I'm just going to put those down here at the bottom. I'm going to add some additional sequins because you can never have too many sequins, just in a line here at the bottom of the photo. I just like the little added texture and interest that it kind of gave. And part of my title is actually going to go down there, so it kind of works out perfectly. And so basically what you see on the page right now from an embellishment or ephemera die cut kind of idea, those are pretty much the only thing that I'm going to use as embellishment on this page. Now you see I am actually working on my title, and I am taking the word Daydream off of this very old, I believe this is a Dear Lizzie sticker sheet. And so I'm going to put Daydream down here at the bottom, and so that's going to be the bottom part of my title, and I'm kind of playing around with how I want it and where I want to put it, but it does ultimately end up here at the very bottom. And then I am taking, I believe these are Pink Fresh, yeah, these are Pink Fresh little letter stickers. They're kind of like a puffy letter sticker, and I'm going to play around with here for a second the colors that I'm going to use to spell out my full title. And I do realize as I went off camera to kind of figure out if I had all the right letters, I did figure out that I didn't have enough of the blue that I wanted to use. So I did pull in these Simple Stories tile letter stickers. So I'm going to spell out Lost and then In a Daydream for the bottom of my title. And the green will be used for the Lost, and then the In the is the darker blue, and then Daydream came from that sticker sheet. And then I decide that I'm going to kind of add to my title, and so I'm going to add at the top here, Head in the Clouds, using both the tile and these blue little letter stickers from Pink Fresh. So it's going to read Head in the Clouds, Lost in a Daydream is pretty much my title for this one. And I do kind of fuss around with how I want that title to read at the top. I do eventually end up putting it sort of more over the top of that larger cloud, like you see here in the still photos. And guys, that was pretty much how this layout went together. I kept it pretty simple, really focusing on those die cuts. So here are the still photos, and please be sure to check out everyone else who is participating this month in our hop. The links will be down below, and guys, I will catch you on the next one. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.